guys, Jamie here. So I just went on a grocery run, so I thought I would show you what I got for groceries this week for a high carb, low fat lifestyle. And of course, I always get my bag of spinach. I use spinach in a smoothie every day where I put a pound of spinach in a green smoothie pretty much every single day. So that's what that is for. I never cook spinach. I always eat it raw. I got some parsley, that's for juicing, some ginger for juicing. I got this, I think this is a kabocha squash. So now that it's fall, I love squash, kabocha, butternut squash, acorn squash. I eat a lot of squash in the fall. Very nutritious. I got a couple bags of these really basic potatoes. These were only $2.50 a bag, which is actually pretty good. And I'll use those for, you know, like mashed potatoes, potato soup. I'm trying to think. I think that's usually what I do. Or else you can do like some shredded breakfast potatoes, but I mean, you need bigger potatoes for that. And I got some lemons. I always have lemon or lime water every day, 2 to 3 liters. And I got a lot of bananas. I try to stock up on bananas like twice a week. I usually do it in 2 trips because honestly, guys, I get so many questions about these bananas. Like even this amount of bananas right here warrants questions from people, and they start to kind of look at you funny. But I get lots of bananas. I love bananas basically because they're economical. You know, they're everywhere. These were 59 cents a pound, which is the cheapest that you could get where I live, like in years. I remember the days where you could get bananas for like 39 cents a pound. Those were the days. But usually these are 79 cents to a dollar a pound. So 59 cents is really good. And I just put those in smoothies, guys. Orange juice, a few bananas, frozen raspberries, frozen mango. It's delicious. Like I don't really eat bananas on their own typically. I put them in smoothies. You can freeze them and they have like a nice thick consistency, and you can make banana ice cream, okay? For how cheap this is, you know, they're consistent, they're economical on this lifestyle. I mean, for me personally, it's like a no-brainer to have bananas. But I know some people, they're not a fan, so you do you. And I got some apples. I use those for juicing. I got some avocados here. I don't usually get a lot of avocados, but for my husband's meals, I feel like avocado is one of the healthiest fats you can get. And it just helps, you know, with meals, making them more filling for him, you could say, more indulgent. But yeah, I'll use avocados for his burritos, for sushi, you know, stuff like that. And then I have lots of celery. This was $2.50 a piece, which I love at this time of year, how cheap this is. Again, I use this for juicing. And then of course I have my frozen fruit. I can't live without on this lifestyle. I cannot live without frozen fruit. I just like raspberries and mangoes. That's what I prefer. And these are about, I forget, are they $4 a bag at Walmart? Yeah, so great deal, great for smoothies. And then my orange juice, something else I can't live without. Orange juice has gotten so expensive, but I personally can't live without orange juice. I like making my smoothies with orange juice. They're nice and sweet. They just hit different. For me, I cannot live without orange juice. I can't live without orange juice, frozen fruit, and bananas. Like this is a staple of most of my meals that are raw, okay? So can't live without them. And I got some tomatoes, which I'll probably make a tomato soup with this or add to my husband's burritos. Or, you know, we're not really into salads right now. Yeah, we're not really into salads. I tend to have more of those in the, sorry guys, my dog was barking. Maple. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, we don't really have salads in the winter or the fall per se, so I'll use these for maybe his burritos, or I will make a soup out of it. And I got some oats. I use oats for baking, basically. I don't start my day with oats. But I will use oats for baking, and occasionally in the fall and winter, I'll make homemade pancakes or waffles out of oats and almond milk, and I'll have that for dinner. Very, it's not too often, and I'll always have it for dinner. I never have oats for breakfast. I always start my day with fruit. And then I got some canned pineapple slices. I like to grab sometimes these if I'm out and about and I want a quick snack. Usually I'll bring fruit or dates, but also this works too. They're really good. It's just pineapple. And yeah, that just kind of helps keep me prepared when I'm out and about, to not succumb to like any sort of, fast food or something. Sometimes you gotta be prepared when you're on this lifestyle. And then I have my raw local honey, which I can't live without. And I got some applesauce, guys. I'll have that as a snack as well, or I'll use this for baking. And what else? I got some chickpeas. That's for my husband's wraps. And then I also got him pinto beans for, again, like a burrito that I'll make for him. And I got some coconut sugar, some brown sugar. Again, that's for a lot of baking. And then I got these snacks. Again, these are a low fat or no fat, high carb snack. I know it's not like ideal, but there is real fruit in here. And yeah, I just like to have these on hand because they're low fat, okay? And then I got some gluten-free spaghetti. And then these are and then this is for my dog's dog food. I got some sardines. Now I got some snacks for my husband. Aside from these, I got him these pretzels. So these pretzel crisps have 0 fat, I believe. Yeah, 0 fat. I can't really have these because they have wheat gluten in them, and I can't really have that. But he likes these with hummus, so he'll have that. I also decided to get him these pretzel sticks, and again, 0 fat. Now, I'm not saying that this is a perfect snack, okay? I get that. I know it's not like a perfect snack. We all should be snacking on fruit and vegetables, but sometimes people, they go through stress, they want something more fun, and so that's what this is for, so that way at least, he can have something, but that's low in fat, okay? So that's like, for me, the most important thing is that it's low in fat. And then I also got him these kettle cooked chips because he has to have them every week, and I just get the plain ones that only have 3 ingredients, guys. There's just salt, potatoes, and oil. A lot of other crackers and snacks and whatnot have like 100 ingredients. You don't even know what's in them, so I do kind of rely on these for him as well. I know that they're higher fat, but he wants them and he's gonna have them. And then he also likes these. I'm trying to just again, these are lower fat. They're not terrible, but at least they have some fruit in them. It's 4 grams of fat per serving, which I mean isn't the best, but again, I don't eat these. These are for him, and I'm just trying to get in some fruit for him, some fruit you can see, and some low fat snacks that aren't gonna like put him over the edge and have a stroke or a heart attack with all that fat and carbs combined, which is really what you don't want to do. And then I got these for Thanksgiving coming up. Sometimes I'll make not for Thanksgiving dinner, I'll actually make a homemade stuffing for Thanksgiving dinner. But sometimes during the week, he really loves mashed potatoes with I'll make a homemade gravy, just like a mushroom gravy. And you can turn it into like a shepherd's pie and put some stir-fried veggies as well, and then you add this on top, and he really loves that. I know it's not perfect, but it's not terrible either. Like, it's just plain mashed potatoes. I make a homemade gravy, and then I'll throw this on top with some peas and carrots, and you bake it, and it's like a shepherd's pie, and he loves that. Okay, so I do that sometimes for him during October, like fall, Thanksgiving time. So that's my video for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back again for another video. Thanks, guys. Bye.